Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be working on pulling out my May TBR. Yes, I know, we are a few days into May. But the thing is I don't have internet at my house. I moved in a little over a month ago and I don't have internet here. Normally what I would do is one of these random wheel generator things. I'll put a bunch of titles or things inside of it and have it pick, but I don't have internet. I can only use internet at either my parents' house or my boyfriend's house, or if I go to a cafe or something. So that's where I do my editing, but my filming, I can't do anything that requires internet access, which is really frustrating. But to make up for that and to hopefully, try to plan out a TBR, I decided to write down a whole bunch of prompts and put them into this cup. So not much different than any other YouTuber that you see that has a, TBR prompt jar. So I'm just going to do it too, but hopefully I'll be getting internet installed at my house soon, so I'll be able to go back to using the random wheel picker, unless maybe I really like this. I've never done it with the prompt jar before. This is literally just a cute little drinking cup that I have, but maybe I will like this method a little bit more and I don't know, we'll see. But with that, I should say I counted all of the physical books that I own, and then I counted how many of them I have not read yet. So I own, I think it was 185 books, and of those 185 books, I haven't read 104 of them. So I'm really making it my goal to try and read through my physical TBR this year, mostly because I'm on a very strict budget this year, trying my best to not spend money on unnecessary things. Occasionally here and there, I will get a little treat for myself, but for the most part, I'm very much trying to control my spending, just simply because moving is very expensive, and the house that I was living in has been on the market for 6 months now and it hasn't sold, and so I have 2 house payments and it's just really frustrating. So anyways, but I'm on a budget, so I'm trying to read things that I already own or things that I can get from my library or that are available on Libby. I am really trying to get through my physical TBR. But anyways, let's figure out what I'm going to be reading in the month of May. So they're different colored Post-it notes. They don't have any particular meaning. I know some people do that. I just wanted to make them really nice and colorful for the video. But I'm trying to grab, the cup's very small. This one. Okay. An author I've never read before. I have some of those, so here are some possibilities. I just recently bought The Phoenix Keeper. I bought this on Indie Bookstore Day. S.A. McLean. I have not read anything by this author. The 12 Kingdoms is by an author that is local to me, and I bought this from her at a market, and she signed it for me and everything. So obviously I have not, she's a debut author, so I've definitely never read anything by her. I have never read anything by Kristen Hanna, and I've been wanting to read The Nightingale. I could pull several of these books. I think I'm going to do The 12 Kingdoms. I have been wanting to read this. I bought it back in October. I'm going to do The 12 Kingdoms. Here's the description, because you've probably never heard of it. She was crowned princess, then her kingdom fell. 5 years after faking her death to escape a bloodthirsty queen, Rose has finally found peace in a small village. Then, in a single night, it all falls apart. A mysterious stranger arrives with knowledge of Rose's true identity, while dark creatures threaten the lives of her newfound family. With her life crumbling before her eyes, Rose is forced to embark on a quest to reclaim the kingdom she abandoned. But the path to freedom is treacherous. Whispers of prophecy circle, and every step forward brings Rose closer to the secrets she buried. Can she rise to take her place on the throne, or will the ghosts of her past drag her under? So anyways, the author is Dana Caldwell. She's young. I think she might still be in her teens. I have been wanting to read this for several months, so I think this is going to be first one for author I've never read before. All right, book number 2. title is longer than 5 words. So it has to be 6 or more. A Kingdom of Stars and Shadows by Holly Renee. 1, 2, 3, no. Oh, I'm like not finding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. That actually might end up, the eyes are the best part. That's 6. Okay, so that actually ends up being pretty easy. All right, I have the eyes are the best part, but this is an ARC version of it that I got at a used bookstore. I don't think I want to read that. Oh, I also have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. That's definitely longer. The Kingdom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is 6 words. Destiny or desire, where does your allegiance lie? I am told my union to the crown prince will determine the fate of the kingdom, but it isn't my betrothed who haunts my dreams, it's the half-breed prince who stands at his side. He is darkness and sin, and when he whispers promises of wickedness in my ear, I crave a man who I can't have. Every thought I have is treasonous, the way my hands ache to touch him deceitful. Even my dreams make me a traitor to the kingdom I am sworn to protect. But when the kingdom is attacked, I am forced to make choices I'm not prepared for. Our lies and deception are entangled in the shadows and stars. As they unravel, so shall my fate. Betray a kingdom or betray my heart. So I think this is spicy. I've read other books by the same author. It's the Veiled Kingdom and Hunted Air, and then I think the third one just came out, but I haven't read that yet. So this is a possibility. Let me read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Patricia Campbell's life has never felt smaller. Her husband is a workaholic, her teenage kids have their own lives, her senile mother-in-law needs constant care, and she's always a step behind on her endless to-do list. The only thing keeping her sane is her book club, a close-knit group of Charleston women united by their love of true crime. Then James Harris walks into their life during the summer of 1983. He makes her feel things she hasn't felt in years, but when children on the other side of town go missing, Patricia wonders if he's connected. Is he a Brad Pitt, a Bundy, or something much worse? I might do this one, actually. I was kind of leaning towards the Kingdom of Stars and Shadows, but I actually think this might be kind of fun and interesting. I think I might do this one. It's been out for a few years, and I know I've always heard good things about it. I think I'm gonna do this one, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words in its title. So I think just by it having a longer title, I think that's why it should win. Let's pick book number 3. Okay, well that one wins because it jumped out of the cup. This one is a reread. Okay. These all kind of will go back into the TBR jar for future months. A book I want to reread is When the Moon Hatched, but I want to reread it when it's closer to the release of the second book, just because I want to remind myself aspects from within it. So I don't think I want to reread it right now, but truly, honestly, what I have been itching to reread, I have been in a big, want to reread the Lord of the Rings mood. I actually am thinking about doing the whole series this summer. So this works out. It's May. So maybe June, July, I will. This is a very well-loved copy of The Hobbit. So I think this will be it for me. I think that's what I'm going to do. That was easy. All right, book number 4. Shaking it up again. There are some prompts in here that I'm a little nervous about just based on... Sorry, there's a bird flying around outside, so of course I'm distracted looking at it. There are just some that I'm nervous about in here because I'm worried that I'm not going to have a physical copy ready, but I guess I could pick one out and then try to get it from the library if I needed to. But this one is a one-word title, so we have a long title and then we have a one-word title. Okay, I didn't show you. Yes. What, Maisie? What should we do? What should we read? Do we have anything? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't... I wonder, does using the word the count? Oh, well, okay. I have this... Okay, I have a couple. No, I have some options. I think I know what I'm gonna pick, though. The first option is called Screwed. I picked this up for fun at a free little library. I was very much just going to read it and then put it back into another free little library. I have flipped through it and it looks particularly terrible. It's exactly what you think it would be. This is an option, but I'm probably not going to pick this option. Another option is Scythe. I got this as part of a book exchange with my friends. So it's the first in a series, Thou Shalt Kill. A world with no hunger, no disease, no war, no misery. Humanity has conquered all those things and has even conquered death. Now scythes are the only ones who can end life, and they are commanded to do so in order to keep the size of the population under control. Citra and Rowan are chosen to apprentice to a scythe, a role that neither wants. These teens must master the art of taking life, knowing that the consequence of failure could mean losing their own. They learn living in a perfect world comes only with a heavy price. All right, the other option is Gallant by V.E. Schwab, and is probably going to be the more likely choice. There must always be a Pryor at the gate. All her life, Olivia Pryor has wondered who she truly is and where she belongs. Her only clue is her mother's slim, battered journal full of elusive, unraveling entries. Then a letter beckons Olivia home to Gallant, the one place her mother's journal warns her never to go. There she finds a manor with a sprawling, vibrant garden and the crumbling ruin of a garden wall with an iron door. A door that she must never open. But no one will tell her what lies beyond the door, what is always trying to get out. Did the shadows call Olivia home? What will they ask of her in return? Yeah, I'm going to read this one. I really enjoy V.E. Schwab's books, and I'm also going to an author talk with them next month for the release of Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, and so I just want to generally read more of their books. All right, so Gallant. That's going to be book number 4. All right, let's see what book number 5 is going to be. Under 400 pages. This has a lot of possibilities. I need to stand up and look at some of them. I'm pretty sure this one is going to be more than 400. It feels real thick. Yeah, 469. Okay, Together We Burn. This is 348, so this is an option. This book I got at South Carolina Comic-Con. The author had a booth there and she was really cool and I kind of connected with her. This is 336. So she self-publishes and she said that, how did she describe it? She said it was like D&D anime, I think is how she described it. So that could be an interesting one. Are we looking at birds? Are there birds out there? There's a squirrel in the feeder! Guys, look at this. Squirrels haven't really visited my feeders yet, but that's okay. I don't know how he even got up there. All right, but under 400 pages. Yeah, I'm just going to do this one because I've just been curious about it. I guess this is going to be a month of some local authors, huh? All right, so this is called Titan Mage. It's book 1, and it says it's a harem fantasy adventure. Magic powers, his own mech, a whole airship of gorgeous women desperate for his genes. Yes, please. Paralyzed by a drunk driver, let go from his job, and stuck in a sad, stagnant town in the middle of nowhere, Joseph Locke was having the worst day of his life. And then he died. But considering that he wakes up with a brand new body in the cockpit of a badass steampunk robot on an airship of nothing but hot babes, his next life may not be all that bad. Especially when he learns that he's a void mage, the rarest and most powerful of all mages on the world of Haven, and his shipmates want to help him make more. As if that weren't enough, they offer Locke a job of piloting one of their mechs, which they call Titans. In the meantime, Locke has to learn his way around this exciting world, all while coming to grips with his new and dangerous occupation. Will he be able to master his Titan? How can he best upgrade the machine to become as badass as possible? Why is a strange parasitic sludge falling from the sky? And what's up with the ghost of a space witch living in his Titan and inside his head? And then it says, warning. Titan Mage is a fun fantasy adventure containing steam, both punk and smutty, raunchy, sausage-obsessed mechanics, lusty airship captains, prurient, I've never heard that word before. Prurient mech pilots and saucy language to match. And in parentheses, so don't read it and then complain about the spice. Y'all know exactly what you're getting into. But I think it's going to be very silly. I think it's really going to make fun of a lot of times like how male authors write about women. And also like in, you know, like hot anime girls and things like that. Like I think it's really kind of making fun of a lot of that, but also just like leaning really heavily into that, because why not be as silly as possible? So yeah, I want to do this. I'm going to do Titan Mage. Sorry, the author is Edie Skye, by the way. Okay, so that's 5 books so far. I'm going to pull 2 more, and then the final 2 books are books I've already decided I'm going to read because they're book club, and then I'll talk about those at the end. It's not important right now. All right, the next book. This one. Blue cover. North is the Night is blue. That's an option. I love Emily Rath's Pucking Around series. Ooh, love those so much. Okay, that's one. I don't have a lot of blue, do I? You know what? I'm just going to do that one. This has been on my TBR for the last couple of months. I want to read it. North is the Night. Done. Description. You're mine in life and death, body and soul. In the depths of the Finnish wilderness, more than wolves roam the dark woods. When a death goddess attacks their village, best friends Siri and Aina prove helpless to stop her from dragging Aina into Tuonela, the mythical underworld. Determined to save her beloved Aina, Siri braves a dangerous journey north, seeking help from the greatest shaman of legend, the only person ever to venture into Tuonela and return alive. There's only one problem. The stories say he has since died. In Tuonela, the cruel witch turns Aina's every waking moment into a living nightmare. But Aina soon learns that the god of death himself has plans for her. To escape, she strikes a costly bargain with him, not knowing that Siri plots a daring rescue. Yeah, I love Emily Rath, and so I was really excited when she announced that she was coming out with a fantasy, and then I bought this when it came out. I think it was back in December. So yeah, and it's so pretty. Like, look how beautiful this book is. I don't own a ton of books with sprayed edges, but this one's one of my favorites for sure. All right, last book of the TBR jar, picking my book. I want a purple one just because I have 2 blues, 3 yellows, and 1 purple, and just I want them to like go together a little bit better. The different colors don't mean anything. It's just for my own brain that I want them all to go together. All right. I was so worried this one was going to get picked. This one is Number in the title. And I only have like 1 book that I haven't read, because like I've read 5 Broken Blades, and I've read 1 Dark Window and 2 Twisted Crowns, and literally I have 2 books. Oh, okay. I really thought there was only going to be 1. Okay, I actually have 2 books. So I have The Only One Left and 6 Crimson Cranes. I'm really not a fan of like horror, mystery, thriller kind of things. Like, I've heard amazing things about this book, but it's not really my kind of thing. Oh, Stephanie Garber blurbed 6 Crimson Cranes. Oh, just for that. Also, this artwork, and you know I love a bird. I don't know. I wonder if birds have anything to do with this. Stephanie Garber says it's a dazzling fairy tale full of breathtaking storytelling. Like, I love Stephanie Garber. I have so many copies of her books. It will take more than magic to break this curse. Shiori Anma, the only princess of Kiata, has a secret. Forbidden magic runs through her veins. Oh, I love it. On the morning of her betrothal ceremony, Shiori loses control of it, forestalling the wedding she never wanted, but also catching the attention of Reikama, her stepmother. A sorceress in her own right, Reikama banishes the young princess, turning her brothers into cranes and warning Shiori that she must speak of it to no one, for with every word that escapes her lips, one of her brothers will die. Penniless, voiceless, and alone, Shiori searches for her brothers and uncovers a dark conspiracy to seize the throne. Only Shiori can set the kingdom to rights, but to do so, she must place her trust in a paper bird, a mercurial dragon, and the very boy she fought so hard not to marry. And she must embrace the magic she's been taught all her life to contain, no matter what it costs her. Oh, that sounds so good, and why have I not read it yet? Oh, that's exciting. Okay, yeah. All right. So that's book 7, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I usually can read between 7 and 9 books a month, depending on things that are going on. So I've pulled 7 books. The other 2 books are, one, going to be a book club book that I am reading. So together, by May 17th, that's when we're meeting to chat about it. We are reading How to Solve Your Own Murder, which is, again, not really the kind of book that I normally would read, but I'll read it for book club. That's fine. So that's going to be like a book I'm going to read by then. And then the second book is The Night and the Moth, which comes out on May 20th. I will 100% be buying it on release day. One Dark Window and Two Creatures of Crowns was my favorite books of 2024. Rachel Gillig has like become my favorite author just with those 2 books. I am so excited about The Night and the Moth. For everyone that I have seen with an arc of it and they're like posting about it and sharing on Goodreads or sharing on Instagram, number one, I just positively seethe with jealousy because I am just like what I would do to get my hands on that book right now. I'm like constantly like, how does it feel to live my dream? Like, why can't that be me? Like, if I could get only one arc in my life, I would have wanted it to be The Night and the Moth. But anyways, I am so excited about this book. I cannot wait to sink my teeth into it. So I'm definitely going to be reading that. So that'll be the 9 books for this year. So let's just take it back in the order that we're going to do it. So first up, again, just to recap, was an author I've never read before, and that is Dana Caldwell with The 12 Kingdoms. She is a local author and a debut author as well. Next title is Longer Than 5 Words, and that is The Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. You guys know I love a vampire book, but it has me a little nervous if we're going to be slaying them in this book. All right, the next one was a reread, and for that, I'll be rereading The Hobbit, which is always a fun and cozy time. Then we have a 1-word title, so I'll be reading Gallant by V.E. Schwab. Next was under 400 pages, so I'm reading Titan Mage by Edie Skye, who I met at South Carolina Comic Con. Then we have Blue Cover, and I'll be reading North is the Night by Emily Rath. And then lastly, number in the title, and I'll be reading 6 Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. So, of course, that in addition to How to Solve Your Own Murder and The Night and the Moth, this is my TBR for the month of May. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me while I pick out my books for the month of May. I would really appreciate it if you would like, comment, and subscribe just to really help support the channel. I am a small creator, and so anything that you do, like I get all of the individual notifications with your name on it, and I'm like, I see you out there, and I appreciate that so much. So if you wouldn't mind doing that for me, it just helps more than you know. But anyways, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!